right. Am I streaming? So welcome to Learning C, Build Your Own Lisp number 2. Yeah, I've also changed. I'll be probably stumbling a bit. I've changed to Void Nix. That doesn't exist. Void Linux, and I changed to i3 back again. And I've also kind of changed from Helix, from editing files, to Emacs again. So yeah, it's kind of, so probably if I'm stumbling my way through, it's because this is still new to me. I used to use it, and then I stopped. So yeah, I have a very basic. I did a very basic init.l without any crazy things inside, except this. Just this thing is the straight L, which is kind of a package manager. And I have very basic things, just load theme and, without the menu bars and stuff and font. So yeah, and I think I have LSP enabled or not. Let's see, Emacs LSP. How do you enable mode line code actions? I'm not sure even how you enable LSP mode line, like this. No. LSP mode line. Click on a completion to select it. Diagnostics mode, code actions mode. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we don't need LSP yet. Yeah. So I'm going to start again. So one of the things that I had trouble in C yesterday was understanding the loops. Even though this, like when I look at this, it looks kind of, not hard, but it's just there are so many ways how you can count, and I guess when you approach this with one approach, and the code kind of reflects something else. Like here, okay, I just want to go through this again. So here we initialize the I, which is kind of, the I is actually counter. I think that's maybe not intuitive for the first time. So it's int counter, right? It's 10. Maybe I will want to, yeah, I don't have anything what I was writing yesterday. So I will create a directory code, right? Did I do it? Yeah, I did. I will change to code, and what am I going to do? Yeah, make dir p build. Well, build your own Lisp. I'm not sure what is the proper way how you name things in C. Is it with snake case? I know it's not camel case, but okay. mkdirp build your own Lisp. Let's change directory. And also there is one more thing that I would like to do is, so far, and then that's fine, right? I open up the editor, I type the program, and then I save it, and then I go into the shell and write gcc blah blah. But it will be much better to have a make file, and in the make file you define how you're going to compile the source code, and then when you write the source you kind of just write make, so that you don't have to constantly constantly write the name of the program that you're going to compile, like the source code.c, and the name of the program is going to be called the source, so that you don't, that what I was doing kind of yesterday all the time. But I guess that's good to do it first, because then then you feel the need to make a change, instead of just trying from the start to have everything set up in the best way. I guess then you don't really appreciate the setup, and appreciation helps in concentration. All right, so build your own Lisp. Build your own Lisp. Yeah, I'm kind of stumbling my way now. I'm going to open up, let's just try, for an example, find file code, build your own Lisp. Let's do loop C, right? So int I. So what did we learn? I'm going to do include standard input output, right? And now I'm going to do int main. I could do void. And also the thing, I don't have parentheses, curly braces aren't automatically being closed. Now I should fix this. How do I fix this? I think ChatGPT is good for these things. So I'm writing C code in Emacs, and I see now that Emacs isn't automatically closing closing. How do you name that? How do you say that? Closing my curly brackets. So when I open one, I would like to have the closing one underneath. Kind of like that. So let's just see, how do I add that to my Emacs? I think I like with ChatGPT that you can basically stumble your way through explanations. That's kind of good. What I see, what people do is, I mean, that's just my experience, but people want to write a really good prompt. But what I find out is best to give him your first prompt, even if it's all wrong, and then you kind of refine what ChatGPT gives you. So you don't really refine the question. Yes, you do refine it, but you refine it by observing what you get back. So to make Emacs automatically insert a curly bracket on new line C, you can enable electric pair mode. Electric pair mode. Do I have to enable globally electric pair mode? Really? I have to start a mode? Well, let's see this. Straight package, I think. No, straight use package. Use package, maybe electric. What was the name? Electric pair mode? No match. Electric dot spacing. No. Can I do this without the mode? Electric pair mode. Maybe I don't have it. Wait a second. Is this electric pair mode within Emacs, or I have to download it through a package manager? It's built into Emacs, electric pair mode. Oh, it's built into Emacs. All right, then, all right. So maybe I should open up now my Emacs initl, and how do you say this? Let's do electric pair mode 1. Can we try this? And now I will do Control Alt X. True. Let's kill this buffer. Modified, yes. All right. So when I do now curly brackets, oh, or braces. I'm never sure. All right, so int main void. Dobar dan, kako je danas? Ej, super. Totalno super. Kao što vidiš, prešao sam na C. I was saying that I just moved to C. I moved, you know why? Because, I kind of write, I want to write, yeah, I would also like to develop a more appreciation for Rust by doing a bit of C. And I think it's great. Yes, it's really nice. It's very minimal. So I kind of, if I do C and then I do Rust, I will, I will get it much better. I mean, it's not that I didn't get what I was doing, but it's nice. And also a lot of the stuff about, I was looking, how does an OS boot and stuff like that. And if I really want to do something on that very low level, I just have to know C. And also the course that I want to do with XV6, it's all on C. Then maybe I'll understand more Rust, or I could just rewrite things in Rust. Yeah. So, and anyway, and this is a really cool book because I like Lisp also. So build your own Lisp in C. So I was just trying to understand. Oh, yeah, I've switched a bit again because of C mental paths. They're different from Rust way to do the things. Tell me about it, because I've been trying to learn Haskell for 7 years. So even Rust way to do things, it's kind of, I'm used to have all these little things that do one thing and you mix them up. And in Rust or in C, I mean, Rust and C are actually more similar, but they are different from Rust way to do the thing. Yeah, that's why I was very reluctant for a long time to even learn, or even Python or Rust, or I just did not want to learn it. And I mean, that's also not great approach to things. So maybe I want to fix things a bit. And C was kind of one of the first things I tried to learn when I was 12 years old. I bought that book, Programming for Dummies. I was 12. I saved some money. I had no computer. So I would just read that book. I would read that book and I would carry it to school, and it was kind of cute. But I never got the computer. So I would just read the book and then I stopped after a while. It was, yeah, but okay. Yeah, let's say how I learned it. I started out directly trying to achieve something. For me was building real Twitch bot. To archives for me was you build a Twitch. Yeah, I've never built the things. I would just read about language. I was forced to learn all stuff. But I think that's a great approach when you really build something, instead of like me trying to read it. I was almost like acting like reading Kant or Hegel, and instead of that I would read about programming languages and just think my way through them, which is it it's kind of fun in a way, but you really don't end up doing a thing. You were forced to learn all stuff. Oh yeah, you mean you're forced to? Well, build your own Lisp. Build your own Lisp does. It's not it's not bits here and there. So the whole book is about to building a Lisp interpreter in C, and then the next step would be to learn to do a VM in C where this thing will be hosted. That will be my next step. And then after that, I will understand a bit more, how the things work. And maybe then doing Rust will just have more, more meat to it, because I'm empiric rather than theory. Yeah, I was like the other way around. I just liked forms, You're trying to understand a certain kind of form, but I don't have to like implement that form and I would just think my way through those forms. And it's just, you know, after a while, you just, you know, you think you kind of have something, but yeah. Okay, but this works for me, and I'm not coding for life. This is one of my passions. Well, yeah, you know what? That was also one of my passions, you know, just to gave up on Rust. I was waiting for Fern of Sigma to come. No, I didn't give up on Rust, Fern. As I was saying, I want to learn. I want to build up appreciation for Rust by doing C. Now, I want to do some C, go do build your own on Lisp, and then come back to the Rust book. Yeah. No, I was actually thinking of you because you said that's so not Sigma of me to just quit stuff, and you should you should learn C to understand memory better. Yeah, right? You see? Okay, so that's a bit of, you know, Sigma of me. But you know, I was kind of wrapping my head with the loops. Because the loops, like you can count in so many ways. Like you can start from 10, you can start from 0, and then all of this but okay, that's kind of clear now. The second kind of loop is for loop, for loop. Rather than a condition, this loop requires 3 expressions separated by semicolons. These are initializer, a condition, and an incrementer. Initializer, condition, and an incrementer. Yeah, are these terms always used like this? Maybe these terms are not. Maybe this could be also Boolean and an incrementer. The initializer performed before the loop starts. The condition is checked before each iteration of the loop. If it is false, the loop is exited. The incrementer is performed at the end of each iteration of the loop. These loops are often used for counting as they're more compact than the while loop. Yeah, also this kind of a counting thing, they are what they seem. It just looks like code for counting things with 2 hands. This is me when I see loops. So it's like I fail to see any kind of abstraction here. I'm studying async multilayered. This is bot in your chat. What am I looking at? Twitch bot is so slow. What am I looking at? You're looking, what is Twitch? Audio metadata type, somewhere offset, duration, text. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Oh, wait a second. Sigma, Fern of Sigma. Yeah, that's from my stream. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, so you use this raw like data and you've made a Twitch bot. I should do a bot, chat reader. I should do a bot also. I guess that would be a nice way. That would be also a nice project to do a Twitch bot. Yeah, that could talk instead of me. No. All right. Let's close this. Yeah, the for loops and the while loops are like about 2 hands, as I see it. It's just a weird type of abstraction. It's like I have this and I put stuff in one hand and now I have one less, and I put stuff in this hand and now I have one less. I put stuff and then I hear I don't have a thing, and everything here what I have I throw away. So it's kind of, the abstraction is like something doing with 2 hands. I have a full TTS chat by sync multi-thread already done. This is async version. Chat reader. Nice. Look at all the cool stuff that you guys are doing. Wow. All right. For example, to write a loop that counts up from 0 to 9, we might write the following. In this case, plus plus operator increments the variable bonus marks. Oh, okay, we did this. I did this for a while. Declare a function that outputs hello world n number of times. Call this from main. I think I should repeat this. So declare a function that outputs hello world. So, well, n number of times and call this from main. So I have to call a function from main, and that function will output hello world n times. So what do? Call from, I should have two functions. So declare some kind of a function that outputs hello world some number of times, n number of times, and call this from main. Yeah, I'm like, you see, I still have to think. I have to think like what to do now. So I will probably have a main, int main void. I think that's good, int main void. And maybe printf, and we do hello world, and let's do n here, hello world, printf hello world, return. I don't have to return, right? Loop s. So what do you have? I have loop s, and how am I going to GCC? Let's just do loop s like this. Will this be enough? GCC loop s. No such file. A out. Ah, yeah. Wait, remove a out. Forgot what was the yeah, I have to go to chapter 2. I forgot. What did he use to compiler? GCC compilation, right? So we have a GCC standard 99. That's all oldish. Okay, wall and loop C and loop unrecognized command like std. Really? std c99, std c99. So now we have ls and loop. Okay, now it just prints hello world, but we wanted to, gosh, this is incredible, you see, because this looks so simple and I'm like thinking so much with this. So include I guess I'll make a void what do I call it? Print n times. Well, it's called n times. Yeah. So I should have a new function and call it in, or I like two functions. Void maybe let's try like this. Void print hello void print hello void, like this, and printf. Let's try like this. Let's printf, and yeah, can I call here print hello? Print. So now we're gonna, yeah, print hello. I'm not sure will this work. Int main void print hello. So I'm just gonna call the function print hello that prints hello world. Let's try to build, no. Warning statement with no effect, unused, print hello. Why are you putting void in the function parameters? Yeah, because I'm not sure. Do I just leave it like this? Yeah, could just leave it like this. With no effect. No, I still have the same statement with no effect. Print hello. With no effect. Void print hello. Printf. Yeah. I guess I'll have to ask ChatGPT about this. Wait. Let's get back to this. To the basics. So declare a function that outputs hello world n number of times. It's a function. You forgot. It's a function. You forgot. Yeah, it's a function. What do you mean it's a function? Yeah, I have the void. Yeah, I have the name of the function. I have the argument list, which is empty. And I have the body of the function, which prints hello world. Oh, here I don't have it. You have to call the function. Is it like this? I think it's like this, right? Yeah, it could be like that. Yeah. Hello world. So that works. All right. So we call it like that. And then I guess I'll call it print hello. And then how do I should write a new function. So I'll write a new function that would print the print hello function 5 times. And here I will put a loop. So void print how many times? But where will I put the n times? You have to call the function print n void n times. Void n times. These are probably bad names. No, I don't know. Yeah, also I saw, I mean, I like this style. I don't know what's actually better for C. I think this is the proper C style, but then it takes more space. Create argument for fn. Yeah. So use whatever, be consistent. Yeah. Yeah. This is kind of nice, but it takes more space, it's true. But when you get more inside, then it gets a bit like in Nix. It's so sometimes I don't know where is the end and where is not the end. Void print hello world void n times. So here I'll guess I'll use a for loop or a while loop. I should use both as a practice. You see, I still don't know while. So let's check our while loops. But he says n number of times. Wow, I'm so bad at this. Wait, void n times. Return type, function type, parameter, code to be executed. Use whatever, be consistent. Come on, man. Haskell. Yeah, right? I can't write a for loop. That's so typical, right? That's so typical. No. Void n times. No, but it's kind of, you see, it's the thing that when you start to read too, complicated things and you get the hang of it, but you don't know really the meanings, but you know the vocabulary. Why there are no Haskell programs. No. Oh my. This is literally why there are no Haskell programmers. Yeah. Void n times. No, now I should be like, all of them are busy. No, you know why it's now what is n times? Let's talk about what is n times. you know. And then you start the whole thing. N times, what is n? What does the n mean, you know? And then you write a whole types, yeah, before the loop, you know, and at the end of all the paper you write a loop. Well, it's not really fair that I joke like this. It's not fair. I'll stop. Sorry, Haskell programmers. Void n times int number. Yeah, I should declare an int number. Yeah, right. That's true. Int number, or let's say counter. And while what? But it's just n time. While counter is 1. No, while counter is, let's say, n. Like this. Int number, int counter, while counter is n. Gosh, this is like, while counter is n. No, but because I already wrote, while int counter, while counter is n. It's incredible how much I'm stuck, and I really don't want to grasp for ChatGPT yet. Int counter. So int counter is something, but we should say it. Int counter is n. So then not here. While counter is different from n or less than n. Yeah. While counter is different from n or less than n. While counter is less than n. While counter is less than n, then do something, right? Yeah, while counter is less than n, then printf, but I already have printf. No, I should call the print. I call the print hello function. Do I put the semicolon? Yeah. While counter is different from n or less than n. Yeah. Well, int counter is n. While counter is less than n, print hello. But how many n times it's going to print? What is the n? Void print, int main void, print hello. Do I do it here? Int main, inside function signature, you should add parameter n. You mean here? In the main? Or here? Print hello 5. Oh, you mean here actually, 5. You mean if I, but do I have to write like 5 or just 5? No, print hello 5. No, in n count. N count? In n count? Void n times. In counter n. Yeah. N times. Void n times. You mean here? Void n times 5. Int counter n. Should receive number. How will the while know when to stop? How does it satisfy the condition? Yeah, it doesn't. It needs an n counter. It needs the n value somewhere. So, but the gosh, this is like, wait a second. I need to grasp, wait a second. Declare a function call this from main. So, sorry, I'm just going to ChatGPT because this is getting a bit. Declare. So, let's see, void n times int n. So let's see, standard input function to print. Yeah, void print hello world. Literally ask what is a while loop. Int main, int times 5. But here it wrote 5 times. This is a different way. The function print hello takes an integer n as an argument that represents the number of times hello will be printed. So, but that's different than what I did. Wait. Print hello. You need to understand how to hold the bike upright before riding it. That's good. Yeah. Haha. I really like that. You need to understand how to hold the bike upright. Yeah, before riding it. They usually say you need to ride the bike before you drive a car. But in your case, or in my case, you do have a point. So I should understand how to hold the bike. Yeah, void end times, void print hello, and int main. But I did it like void print times and void print hello, and then I tried to call it from main function. Main call n times that call print. IC box. That's a nice modular approach. Yeah, using two separate functions can make the core more flexible. Make it by you. But that's how I do, you know, that's how you know what, I would not be here if I had no GPT, you know? So it's kind of nice and it gives me more context. Brother, wow. That's a nice modular approach. Function to print hello world. Ban the website. Really? Gosh. Wow, there is a lot of like hate with the chat GPT. I mean, it's really helping me, not just with this, you know, but and it kind of it refines the way how you approach things, you know. It's not just what I know, it's like how you refine what you get back. That's a nice modular approach. Wait a second. Void print hello print. Yeah, this is what I did. So void print hello printf hello world. Yeah, but then function to print hello multiple times. That's the print times, all right. And int main int times 5 print times return 0. Int main void print hello. Wow, this is the slowest video I made actually. Int main void, which is kind of cool. So he's int main void, all right. Okay, he didn't put void, but int times. Your function n times should take parameter. Yeah. Void n times. Void n times n times. Now I'm in that state where my mind is kind of like this, and I'm not stuck, but it's somehow this took too long, and now I'm kind of more stuck. You're assuming the AI will know everything you want to do. In this case, yes, it's feasible, but in the long run, you need to understand what to prompt. Well, that's true, but why do you assume why do you assume what I assume? The AI, you're at a point where you don't know what the correct result is. Yeah. Concentrate to the path. Am I not concentrating to the path? Yeah. Oh, thanks for the tip. It's a good tip. Void print hello. Okay, we did this. I have a hello world. And then void n times, and counter is n. While counter is less than n, print hello. Who is calling who, and what are you passing to the calling function? Because you're visibly cooked today. Yeah. You know what? I'll have an idea. Wait a sec. Print hello. Print hello. Look, it is like moving things from one to other hand. Void and wait a second, I want to do something simpler. Maybe just int counter is 5. Let's do while counter less than 5, while counter less than 5, print hello. But this will not work. Wait a second, where is the... Well, this puts... I have to put the incrementer. Wow. I'm so cooked. But I could put loop iteration, that's the function. So I could put the incrementer after this. That's pesky incrementer. So it's counter, because I named it counter, is counter. So while counter is less than 5. So counter plus plus. Or let's be like, okay, plus 1. Is it like this? So if it's plus 1, while counter is less than 1. Again, I have to, run that in my head. So the counter is 5. And print hello. So counter, but I have to initialize it. Will it blend? Compile. I don't think this works because I don't really get it still. It's incredible. These while loops are like, will be the end of me. No, in counter is 5. You need to change main function to call n times main, n times x5, print hello. Yeah, I have to do that, but I'm still trying to understand the while loop. Okay, I'll get to that. So int counter is 5, while counter is less than 5. This is what was always, it's still confusing to me today. It's like the counter is 5, but then now it's not 5 when it's less than 5. Counter should be 0. Well, yes, if you're going to count up to the 0, but there are, many ways how you can count, and you're incrementing. Yes, because there you could count up to 5, or you could count up to 0. I guess counting up to 0 would be more. While counter is incredible, these while loops. This will start on 4. Int counter is 0 up to 4. Because it's going up to 5. Int counter is 0. Wait a second, let's take a look. Int I is 10. So while I... Wait a second, for example, a loop that counts downward from 10 to 1 could be written as follows. So int I is 10. So because it's counting from 10 to 1. So while I is greater than 0, you do I is I minus 1. It's incredible. These loops are like in my head now, and they're like this, So it takes time to understand it. Fascinating. Int I is 10. So while it is same, just opposite. Yeah, but it's like I don't see it. I have to run through it, and I understood it actually. I was doing this yesterday, and I understood it actually very quickly, and today I don't know it. This is why we don't do functional programming. And I is 10. So while I is greater than 0, wow, I is I minus 1. Because again, this is this thing with the two hands. I have sort of to say, something stores a value here, right? Changes the value. While it's running during the time the statement is true. Yeah, while is that's it's like a boolean. Yeah, it's like a boolean. Yes, this middle expression. While I is greater than 10, but I is 10, and now it's a new I. Put some printf in the while loop. Yeah, wait, you see, I'm just trying to at least run the whole flow in my head once. I store a counter. I'm just trying to run this in my head at least once so that I is 10. So while but because this thing, while it's a new I is 10. And so while I is greater than 0. This is the most confusing thing that kind of hits me in the head because I is 10 and now I is greater than 0. It's like things changed. But while this is true, yes, while this is true, it's just using the same name, but this I is actually just local to this while. Is that true? This I is local to this scope of while. It doesn't have, it's not the same as this I, but it's the same name. I don't know if that's true. So while I is the same, how can be the same if it's here 10? Because while I is greater than 0, okay, when I is greater than 0, let's say it's 1, but wait a second, the loop will count downward from 10. Okay, you start from 10. I guess this int I is 10 means reassigning the value. Yeah, that's what's, I will start at 10. All right, it starts at 10. While I is greater than 0, okay, it's 10. So that means that this is true. Okay, now I got it. So while 10 is greater than 0, it's true. Then we then we print this, right? Or we do something. And then we do this. I is 10 and 10 minus 1 is 9. So now I is 9. Now we go back. And we check the expression again. Now it's 9. And now 9 is greater than 0, true, which means when this is true, we go here, we do something. And then, does this mean that then we go here? Yes, then we go here. And 9 minus 1 is 8. And 9, and then we go back to the while loop. And now we have 8 greater than 0, which is true, means we do this and blah blah. So, okay, I understand this. I should do it, gosh, int counter. Okay, let's try this n times. Let's do this. No, I don't want to do this n times. I'll do it, well, n times. Let's do 5 times. Int counter is 5. So int is 5. While counter, yeah, while counter is greater than 0, actually, right? Well, I'm just now basically, copying that one. While counter is greater than 0, we're going to print hello. And the incrementer is going to be counter, and then we're going to check. So let's say counter is 5 greater than 0, true. Then we print this. And then we're going to have 5 is 5 plus 1. No, that's wrong. So we're going to have 5 minus 1. And then we're going to have 4. So then we're going to, while counter 4 is greater than 0, we're going to print. And then 4 is 4 minus 1, 3. And then while 3 is greater than 0, we're going to do something. And then 3 is 3 minus 1 is 2. And 3 minus 1 is 2, and then 1, and this should work. So void 5 times, int counter 5, well, okay. And now int main void print hello now. Sorry, meeting. All right. Lurk. Int main. But now I have to, okay, this is good so far. Print, what are you trying to do? Print dn? What do you mean print dn? Not sure what you mean. Why that in the loop? Because I have the printf here in the hello world. Printf dn. You mean it will not print? Not sure what you mean. Int main void print hello. put that in the loop to view the value of counter. How do I view the value of the counter? What do you mean, put it? Then you're not just guessing. Guessing in there. What do you mean? Here, printf, D, and N, and what? Counter. Of course, in a new line. You mean like this? Well, why would I put this? Print hello. Yeah, now you've just like... Yeah, but now you kind of... Because I'm calling print hello world. Yeah, but this will probably... What about this thing, int main void? Now it will print the value of the counter on each iteration. But I thought it will print already, you know, hello world 5 times. Let's try to save this. And I know this might not work, but let's just... Oh, it works. Hello world. It just prints hello world. Oh, print hello, print hello. I didn't call 5 times. Oh yeah, I didn't call 5 times. Int main void print hello, print 5 times. How do I call print hello? How do I call print 5 times? Maybe I could just, because I'm calling print hello, I could just call 5 times. I guess I could just call 5 times. Yeah, I could just call 5 times. Ah, you mean what you did this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing. It will print the value of the counter in each iteration. That's nice. That's nice. Thanks. That's really nice of you. That's really nice of you. Hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world. Okay, yeah, it's going down 5 to 1. Gosh, wait a second. This was 52 minutes, almost. I have your best interest in mind. That's very, that's nice. That's good to have. Wow, thanks. So, yeah. So I kind of did it. So if I would remove, I kind of did it. So if I would remove this, right, and I would just do this, and I would just have hello world like this. Okay. So that's what they call when you inline printf statements, right, in the code. You kind of inlined a lot of prints, and then they show you the steps. But wait a second, this is still, I should have void n times. So void n times. And okay, let's do n times. So we do n, int counter is n, while counter is greater than 0. Yes, it should be while counter is greater than 0, counter minus 1. This is kind of good actually. So we're going to be counting up to 0. And we're going to start from a certain number, n times. So int main void 5 times. So we will change here n times. But I don't think this will work if I give it like 5 or 6. This probably won't work, right? Yeah, this won't work. N is undeclared. Wait a second. N is undeclared. Int counter N. No, N is counter. It doesn't know what N is. Yeah. I have a counter. I should declare N. So I'm declaring counter and N, and then int counter is N. No, you passed an argument to a function that doesn't take any. N times 6. It doesn't take any. N times int counter is N. Well, you know what? Why did I write int counter is N? Void N times. Yeah, I should do int N times, right? And int counter is N, while counter is 0, print hello, int main void. Put N in function signature. Int counter is int N. Int counter, you mean here? Int N? But I have int N and then int counter N. No, right? No, up. That's not a signature. N times. This N times int N. Oh, wow. Int N. So it's this. N times int N times int N. Int counter N. This is so much typing. Int N times int N. Int counter N while counter. Wow. All right. Control reaches an end of non-void function. N times int N. So, okay, include. I'm not reaching for ChatGPT. Yes, now you can call N times with parameter. Int N times int N. But still, this looks very. It's a lot. In main. Because I wrote int main void. N times 6. Maybe I should do it int main void. Why would I? Yeah, I don't know how to call it. Look on your main. N times does not return an int. Void N times. We don't return anything. You did it. No, I didn't do it, and it won't work. Void N times. Int main void N times. We don't return anything. N times 6. Void N times print hello. Yeah, N times 6. Pass N to N time function. That's incredible. But wait a second, I have int main void. Do I have int main void? And then times 6. Maybe this is not the best way to pass the N. I don't know N time 6. Pass N to the N time function. The N time function. Yeah, but I thought the N times will not have any, like value inside. And then I call the value from main. So I give it a value from int main. Void print, okay. And this is fascinating how much I'm stuck with this. Int N times int N, int counter N. While counter greater than 0, print hello. Counter minus 1. You're calling N time and passing parameter 6. Yeah, but this does not compile. And first time chat says hi, void N times. We don't return anything. What do you mean this does not compile, This is the correct way to pass, but you declared the signature as int n times int n, where the function should return void and not an int. I see. It's like, I see, yeah. Yeah, because it's just a lot of int, and this is the correct way to pass, but you declare the signature as int n times int n, where the function should return void and not an int. I see. But why should it return void? Int n times void, int counter n. It has no return in its body. Why would it have anything other than void? But should it return something? Should it return an int, because I'm calling the n times from main? So it should return something. Or not. It shouldn't return, actually. I'm calling it from main and giving it to print 6. So it shouldn't return, right? It should just be a function. It should void. But it doesn't. Control reaches an end of non-void function. Int n times is wrong. Int n times void. Int n times is void. Int n times is int counter is n, while counter greater than 0, it is void n times int n. It even tells you the control flow reaches the end of a non-void function. It's saying, where is my return? The control flow reaches the end of a non-void function. You said the function is not void. There is a typo. Int main void on line 8. On line 8, int n times. There's a typo? What do you mean? Int n times. On line 8? How? Wait, what is this? 8. Void n times int n. Yeah, but we just changed it to int n. Int n. You see? It shouldn't. It is a function. No. Ah, you mean here? But I should name it somehow. What do you mean int n void? It is not int. It is void on start. So it's like this. Void n times int n. You mean this? Void n times int n? Yeah, the type at the start is the return type in C. I see. I see. Hello world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was difficult. But wait a second. Now I have it 6 times. Yes, I wrote here 6. Oh, it works. My code finally works. But now counting. It's incredible. It's incredible. This took so long. Wow. It's nice. Print hello void n times int n. Int counter n. Now let's rewrite this as a for loop. wait, void n times int n. But it's so weird because I had the same thing here. Void print hello, and I had like also no arguments, and here I had void n times, and the void n. But this is, yeah, now it makes sense. The name, there is a function. Just why is void here? It's just not clear. But we have a function n times that takes an int. That takes an n. That takes an int. And then we do something. While loop hard for Haskell. Void is return. What do you mean? there are no loops in Haskell. Void is return type of function. N times is a name and an argument to a function. Void is return type of the function. N times is a name. Yes, n times is a name, and this is the argument to the function. Yeah, I guess I don't know why. What does it mean, the return type? I could check this. What's the return type of a function in C? Also, let's see what return type. Void print times int n. For int I is 0. Print hello. Void on start means that function will not return function. Oh, you can do that? Would you? It will not return a function or like a value. Well, a function is a value in Haskell. In C, the return type of a function specifies what type of value the function will return when it completes. So, it's like it will return an int. But in my case, it will return an int, some kind of a number. So why we wouldn't write an int? Yeah, like int sum. Or like a string, right? It will return a string or an int. But void, what would an iterator in Haskell look like? I don't know. I don't know now, really. I would always read something more complicated, you know? What would an iterator in Haskell look like? Yeah, but it would, let's see. Oh, this, yes, it's so simple that it makes no sense. You just make an infinite list. Yeah, it depends. You could may have a list comprehension. These things are cool. These kind of look like a loop, but it's not. Like you make a list up to n, and then you take from that infinite list, because it's called by need. So it makes an infinite list, and then you take from the list whatever you want. Like I want 5 times. There's this unfolder. This is maybe a stateful. Can you write this same code in Haskell? No, I cannot write this now in Haskell. Wait, to repeat, I forgot. Wait a second. How do we write? Let's print hello n times in Haskell. Yeah, I don't know. You can print hello n times using replicate m. Well, yeah, that's just a function you have already, but that's you don't want to see this. I mean, I know what you want to see. You don't, without actually this, because you just use this and then n and then some string, and then it will print it 5 times. This is kind of, you don't really get some kind of satisfaction from this. Print hello. Yeah, maybe it will give another. Put string n is due. So this is, yeah, except if you do it print hello n times 0 return, maybe this print hello n times n. No, print string line hello, print hello times n minus 1. Yeah, I guess this. Yeah, you can do that in C. Maybe it will be interesting, like yeah, print. I forgot the way, like print hello n times, but using list comprehensions in Haskell. Yeah, I forgot. That's nice. Look at this. Main map. No, without the map. Well, you could do map. Look at this. So, but the idea is kind of, you make an infinite list and the hello here, and you map. Yeah, I don't get this. Okay, without the map, just using the prelude. I don't know even if map is in the prelude. This is too many symbols. Yeah. Sequence, put string, hello. But yeah, but this thing, look, put string, hello, and there is like a creates a list of IO, each one printing hello. Sequence takes a list of IO actions and runs each one in sequence, discarding any result. Yeah, this looks too complicated now. Look, it's so complicated to print hello 5 times. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I think I was really bad now at explaining Haskell. And it's really weird that I've been really trying to learn it for like 7 years. Maybe that tells more of me than about Haskell. Yeah. All right. So I guess I will forget the while loops, the next day, maybe. But, it is simple. Okay. Now, without joking, this is really simple. But it's just the mind somehow, it's not used to it, so you kind of, I really have to stumble. I feel like a baby. The second kind of loop is for loop. Okay, do not rush ahead with AI. Yeah, okay, that's a good tip. It's good to do something. There is no dopamine to be had. Yeah. Well, this is the dopamine, right? While loops and stuff. Doing the C. That's the dopamine. Declare a function that outputs hello world n number of times. Call this from main. What built-in types are there? Doing it yourself. Yeah. Yeah, but you need help also. No, it's not help. I don't know. I use chat, I use chat along, and it gives me somehow more context. Of course you have to do something. It's not that you can't just, because you feel that, right? If you just all the time check the chat, you kind of don't have a build up, now, like I was doing these while loops and stuff, so there was something, going on. What built-in types are there other than the ones listed? Yeah, how do you check built-in types? Well, what do you mean? Like long, float, in integer, string, char, stuff like that? What built-in types are there other than the ones listed? What do you mean listed? Where did you list them? What built-in types other than one listed? What other conditional operators are there other than greater than and less than? What, or, and, greater than, less there, and, or, less than, equal, greater than, equal, doing it yourself. What other mathematical operators are there other than add and subtract? But what does he mean by this? What other mathematical operators? What, in C? Multiply and divide? And power? I guess you don't have square root in the... I guess you have to call some kind of a math library. What is the plus equal operator and how does it work? What is the do loop and how does it work? What is the switch statement and how does it work? What is the break keyword and what does it do? But he didn't write about this. Modulus. Modulus? What do you mean? What is the continue keyword and what? Hi, Toby. Modulus. Yeah, what is the type def keyword? I guess you can check these things inside. What do you mean? Like, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I could go online now and like switch statement, break. What is the break is from GDB, I think. That was for the earlier question. It's an operator. What is the operator and how does it work? What other mathematical operators are there? Plus or equal? Yeah, I don't know. What's plus or equal? What is the plus or equal operator? What are these mathematical operators in C? What is the do loop? Yeah, I'm not sure how to, approach this now. What is the do loop and how does it work? What is the plus equal operator? Yeah, well, I don't know. And counter plus or equal. Instead of writing x is x plus 1, you can do x. Oh, it's an incrementer. But it's kind of, I see. So I guess you could do, I see. Well, thanks. So you mean it will be it works with all other operators too. So it will be like this. This will work. What did I do? I see. Counter. So that's basically, this is the decrementer or what? And that was an incrementer. Yes. Decrementer, incrementer. Okay. What is the switch statement and how does it work? Well, I mean, the do loop. Yeah, I don't know the do loop. Is it do loop is something that runs something in sequence? You mean I could rewrite this with a do loop? No. This is not clear. Yeah, I'll just check these terms. I mean, I guess online. Wait a second. Bonus marks. What is the do loop and how? I don't know. What is the do loop? Type def. I don't know what they mean by that. Do they mean do while loop? Yeah, I don't know. In Haskell. Yeah, right. No. No, in C. The do while loop. Yes, but he wrote a do loop. It's a type of control flow that allows you to execute a block of code at least once before checking a condition. Do? Okay, so that's not. Yeah, I guess this is not. What is the do loop? Maybe it's a typo. Was what I thought. Built-in types. An interactive prompt. What built-in types are there other than one listed? Switch. Yeah, but when he says, it's weird in this, it's not weird, but I mean the book, what is the switch? So do I learn now about switch and continue and type def? We did the type def before, but not switch. Well, like I'll just move on and then I'll see. It first executes the loop at least once and then it checks the condition. All right, an interactive prompt, chapter 4. So as we build our programming language, we'll need some way to interact with it. C uses a compiler where you can change the program, recompile it, and run it. It'd be good if we could do something better and interact with the language dynamically. Then we test its behavior under a number of conditions very quickly. For this, we can build something called an interactive prompt. This is a program that prompts the user for some input, and when supplied with it, replies back with some message. Using this will be the easiest way to test our programming language and see how it acts. This system is also called a REPL, which stands for Read, Evaluate, Print Loop. It is a common way of interacting with a programming language, which you may have used before in languages such as, are you learning C while making a compiler? Yes, so this book builds a Lisp interpreter and teaches C. It's build your own Lisp. I kind of want to, I began with Rust, but there's so much stuff with C. So I want to do this and then maybe then build a VM in C and do the operating systems MIT course. And they extend the XV6. So I kind of thought this will be a nice thing to do. I kind of like Lisps. So maybe I'll do this, but I'm very bad with C. Why the heck would you start with Rust? Because all the cool kids use. I'm joking. No, I began with Rust and it's kind of it's nice, but as I said, I want to do C to build more appreciation for Rust. Why not start with Rust? Well, yeah, but you do have a point. Before, and I'm not really a programmer. Before building a full REPL, we'll start with something simpler. But he's going to build a REPL in C. We're going to make a system that prompts the user and echoes any input straight back. Okay. First understand pointers in C, then learn Rust. Rust abstracts pointers. Yeah, that was kind of my idea. Not so well put, but my idea was like to learn to at least learn some C. And then yeah, okay. So before building a full REPL, we'll start with something. No, wait a second. We'll start with something. Oh, really? Oh. How about now? I know, that's so annoying. Thanks for telling me. Is it now good or I would have to restart the stream? Oh, I was all this time on the right channel. Horrible. No, now should I start a new stream? Because because I upload this stuff to YouTube and it's like I know when it's only one thing, like that's so annoying. Before building a full REPL, we'll start with something simpler. We're going to make a system that prompts, okay, an interactive prompt. For the basic setup, we want to write a loop which repeatedly writes out a message and then waits for some input. To get user input, we can use a function called fgets. You can make it mono audio in any kind of video editor. You mean I can if I download it, I can change it? It's not like set like this because I've changed now to mono in OBS. Oh. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Then I will have to do that. Then I will not export this. Okay. Okay. Thanks for the tip. Yeah. We need somewhere to store this user input. For this, we can declare a constantly sized input buffer. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So to get user input, we can use a function called fgets, which reads any input up until a new line. We need somewhere to store DaVinci. No, I'll just, yeah, I know DaVinci, but I think that's too big for now. I really want to do it with something much simpler. But I know DaVinci. I've never used it. I've tried it once. It's a really cool thing. I don't know if also I'm on Void Linux and I'm not sure they have it packaged. We need somewhere to store this user input. For this, we can declare a constantly sized input buffer on a large VM. That's cool. Yeah. Once we have this user input, you mean you are doing a VM, like you're building a VM or what? Once we have this user input stored, we can then print it back to the user using a function called printf. So what is he saying? To get the user input, Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I kind of wanted, you know, after this to Zoding, that streamer guy, he has a really long playlist of streams where he builds a VM in C for a Lisp interpreter that he did. So this kind of is a preparation for me following that stream to build a VM in C. Yeah, so we need somewhere to store this user input. A very similar setup. Ah, you mean this? Yeah. Yeah, but I used to use i3 and stuff. Yeah. And I switched to Void. It's true. I was on NixOS and I just switched to Void. Once we have this user input stored, a compute VM, not an interpreter VM. What's the difference? Once we have this user input stored, we can then print it back to the user using a function called printf. Computer VM, not an interpreter VM. I see. Computer VM. Oh, I see. You're making a VM not for a language, but like hardware VM. But I thought interpreter VM. Yeah, I think I know what you mean, but I cannot really put it to words. Once we have this user input stored, okay, so what is he doing? Include, declare a buffer. Int main, print version puts, this is all clear. We have a while loop in a never ending loop, while one. Output our prompt, f puts Lisp standard out, read a line of user input of maximum size, f gets input, and echo input back to the user. Printf, no, you are, okay, input, return 0. That it isn't made to work as fast as possible or with shortcuts, but to represent the real experience and limitations. Well, that's kind of also what I wanted to do, you know, but I'm not really capable yet to do something like that. To work as fast as possible or with short, but to represent the real experience and limitations. Interesting. Is there a link of what you're doing, or is it still private? So I'm gonna build your own Lisp. REPL. I guess you can call it REPL C. So we have again, okay. Include, okay. Yeah. It's not exactly public, but I don't mind sharing. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's cool. I probably wouldn't understand it. Is it in C? Declare a buffer for user input of size 2 or 48. Static char input. No, I'm not static char input. So this is something new now. Static char input 2048. Static char input. It's in Rust, and that was a big mistake. After this project, I'm switching to Zig. Yeah, I read people are discussing a lot about this, right? Rust or Zig, Zig or Rust. You say a big mistake. Why was it a big mistake? You probably have a very good reason why you say big mistake. Int main. Int argc. Char argv. Char argv print version and exit information. So he's just doing print version and exit information. But yeah, this is not important, I guess. So now we have a puts Lispy version. Lispy version 00001. 00001. Yeah, and we have to close it, and another. So I'm doing optimizations with direct access to memory from multiple threads without mutexes. Basically, all my functions are unsafe. Yeah. So, but you can't do that in Rust. I'm doing optimizations with direct access to memory. Well, that sounds interesting. All my functions are unsafe. Press Control C. Control C to exit. So how would Zig make them safe? You mean like you would do the same thing and they would be safe? Yeah, I don't know Zig or Rust in that case. Press Control C to exit. Lisp version. Static char input. But this is interesting. Declare a buffer for user input. So I guess this is just making some kind of a space for the user input. And it's static char input. And then in a never-ending loop, in a never-ending loop, in a never-ending loop while one. Yeah, I should probably do more while loops to practice. While one, output our prompt. Output our prompt. He's making space. Output our prompt. Fputs. Fputs a Lispy. I'm just doing. They wouldn't be safe, but Rust is built around safety, so it's fighting me every step of the way. Technically, they are safe because I know what I'm doing, but they can be unsafe, so forbidden in Rust. But isn't there a way to have them unsafe? Like something like in the beginning, like that you can do something like to do everything unsafe, or I guess not. They're safe because I know what I'm doing. Ah. How long have you been learning C? Well, a couple of days. Couple of days. I read about C here and there, but it's just, it's a hobby, But actually, I've been learning C for a couple of days, yeah. And I'm doing the Build Your Own Lisp book. So I'm going back and forth, and trying stuff out. Now I'm at the REPL part, which is already in the chapter 4. Cool, you can ask me if you need any help. I use C and C+ frequently at my job. That's nice. Yeah, but that's the point. I wouldn't have to do anything in other languages. Yeah, I was just, I mean, Ross Mike, you just came here, but I just spent this whole time almost trying to wrap my head around while loops and for loops. It's just very weird. Um, like, why is here while one? The never ending, because it will never end. I guess this is something in C. While one. True. While expects a condition. Yes, while expects a condition. True equals 1. Yes, true is while expects a condition. Oh yeah, true is 1. Yeah, while runs until the condition is 0. While 1. I guess you can write it like that. So it's just like a boolean. So you can also put while -1 too. But can you do while true? Ah, yes, so you're doing while true. But true is 1. Okay. Anything other than 0. So f puts Lispy, and now read the line, add standard bool h. Then it will add a bool, and then I could do true. Okay, okay, I see what you mean. If I add standard bool h, I can use true. Oh, that's cool. So it's not already in the default. I have to add the booleans. That's interesting. I have to add the booleans. Read a line of user input. Yeah, I'm kind of really typing this stuff out, but C++ has those as default. Okay. Yeah. Why is this kind of, read a line of user input of maximum size 2048. So why is the maximum size basically here declared? So we have here static char input 2048. Why do we declare a buffer for user input of size? So is this like a space in memory, the size of it? You defined a memory on the stack. Yeah. But it would work without that, right? Because in previous examples, I guess, but maybe because this is some kind of a REPL, you can allocate memory at runtime as well using malloc. Yeah, I guess that's too soon for me, but that's at runtime. Okay. Yeah, C is whole another thing for me. I don't. Okay, I'll just continue. Output, read a line of user input of maximum size. So read a line of input of maximum size. So this just gets, okay. And what's f puts and f gets? We have f gets and f puts. F gets. These are some kind. Why is it inlining this? You can allocate predefined memory locations like this thing you did there. Does it make it faster or what? I mean, it would work without that, I guess, right? F gets, read a line of user input. F puts, F gets. So we have an input. No, this is not in double quotes. So the arguments, you can allocate predefined. Input 204A standard input. 2048 standard input. Standard in. In S, Studio provides various functions like this: puts, prints to the prompt. F puts prompts to a file, but you can use standard output as file. Oh, I see. What different is puts will print n at the end, f puts will not. Oh, f puts will not print n. Okay. Oh, because Because it's a REPL. If it would print and then it would go to the next line. So it it will stay in the same line. So because to print in the REPL, I guess that makes sense. Echo input back to the user. Fput assumes that your writing is a file, so it doesn't attempt to put a slash n, backslash n, yeah. Okay. Print f. So no, you are. What's written? No, you are. You're. You can use fputs on anything: network sockets, other process, memory, prompts. All right. Pretty neat. Wow. So, no, you're a S. You're a S. Okay, so that's some kind of a string. But why is it echo? Oh, echo input back to the user. But why does it have text? Input. Printf is just an advanced version of puts. Oh, I thought it's the other way around, where you can put custom variables. It has also a scanf, yeah, where you can read custom values, like reading an integer directly. Yeah, that I do know, printf and scanf. But scanf is like when you want to input something. And then the printf reads it, what you've inputted with scanf, right, to get some kind of user input from the user. Well, thanks for that's a lot of information. It's like having a chat GPT, but in chat. Input. So what? I have to return 0 also. Return 0. Include. Okay, so that should. What is the text in green? What do you mean? The text in green, light green, the above code contains comments. These are sections. All right. Let's go over this program in a little more depth. So will this thing compile? So we have a REPL.c, and if I save this, in C you can either use, yeah, I know that, thanks. I should have a make file, but not yet. REPL C, REPL. So I made a mistake, maybe a typo. Too few arguments to function fputs. Really? Oh, fputs requires a file and a size. Oh, yes. Yes, we said this. And f standard out. Fputs Lisp standard out. Standard in. F gets. Okay. Why is this thing indenting it? Oh, error expected. You forgot a. Okay. Like this. Now it works. REPL. Look, I have Lisp. Lisp version, press Ctrl C to exit. So if I write hello, No, you are a hello. Domagoy. No, you are a domagoy. Idiot. No, you are a idiot. Okay. Love. No, you are a love. Okay. Control C. No, Control C. Wait, I have to Control C. All right. Well, this is cool. This is a REPL. So he's going to explain now. So let's go over this program in a little more depth. So the line static char input 2048 declares a global array. So that's an array of 2048 characters. This is a reserved block of data we can access anywhere from our program. So it's a reserved block. You can declare that block of memory inside a function as well. Okay. In it, we are going to store the user input, which is typed into the command line. So the static keyword makes this variable local to this file. So wait a second. In it, we are going to store the user input, which is typed into the command line. Oh, that's why, because it stores the input what I type. By declaring it global means any other function can access it. That makes sense. And because I'm kind of, is it because you need to do this because I'm staying within the REPL, right? So if I do this and I do this test, so it's kind of makes a space for me being inside of this REPL. What would happen if we didn't do that? If we didn't do that, then it just wouldn't work, I guess, right? How? In what way it wouldn't work? Maybe it just, yeah. It wouldn't have any space, I guess, any memory. This is a reserved block of data we can access anyway from our program in it, but in your code, you are not appending the text. You are always inserting the same address, so it's resetting the text. Oh. So you're always inserting the same address, so it's resetting the text. So it has no, so it does not save it. I can show you how to append it. All right, cool. Okay, I see you know your way around of this. Okay, this is a reserved block of data we can access anywhere from our program. In it, we are going to store the user input, which is typed into the command line. So I'll just read this and then maybe you can show how would you append it. In it, we are going to store the user input, yes, which is typed into the command line. The static keyword makes this variable local to this file. And the 2048 section is what declares the size. So we write an infinite loop using while. Using while one, okay, while true, in a conditional block, one always evaluates to true. Therefore, commands inside this loop will run forever. So the output, our prompt, to output our prompt, we use the function fputs. So this is a slight variation on puts, which does not append a new line character. So we use the fgets function for getting user input from the command line. We use fgets function for getting user input from the command line. Both of these functions require some file to write to or read from. For this, we supply the special variables standard in and standard out. So both of these functions require some file to write to. So what is the file that we are writing to? Both of these functions, fgets and fputs. Fputs and fgets. Standard out, standard in. Lisp. Yeah, what's the or read from. First, for this we supply the special variable standard in and standard out. You're writing to standard out, yeah. So these are declared in standard.io.h and are special file variables representing input to and output from the command line. So when but yeah, we are kind of, it's still, yeah, it's like piping, but it's not in a file. It's like we could pipe it to, like, save it to a file. Would it that be saved? Like, could you, like, wait, Control C. So could you, like, save this like this? No. No, this does not work. No, I was just, how would you save this into a file? I think there is a way, right, that you could save this into a file. Everything what you typed in the REPL. Yeah. These are declared in standard, okay? When passed this variable, the fgets function will wait for a user to input a line of text, and when it has, it will store it into the input buffer, including the new line character. So that fgets does not read in too much data, we must also supply the size of the buffer 2048. So to echo the message back to the user, we use the function printf. This is a function that provides a way of printing messages consisting of several elements. It matches arguments to patterns in the given string. For example, in our case, we can see the I don't know how you always read this. File f open hello puts hello world f close. Yeah, I mean, file f open hello text. You can write to hello text like this. Are these system calls? F open, F close. You can write, instead of F puts standard out, you replace with F puts. F. Oh, you mean it will not, I replace within the source code. I don't write standard out, but I do F open instead of F puts. So wait a second, you're saying here F puts Lispy standard out. So we keep the standard in. So you're saying that instead of F open, but I would need to also F open, I see, output our prompt. I guess you would save in a file, change every standard out with the file reference. Yeah, but I will have to first write. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this now. That's too soon. But f open, right? And then let's do REPL text. REPL text. But you're saying double quotes W. What's the double quotes W? Right, F open, and then F puts hello world. You're just doing the hello. I'm going to write to it, but it's in double quotes. Okay, I'm going to read. F open and output our prompt. So then it would be Lispy F open hello text, REPL text. It's a string of text. Oh yeah, it means it's a string of text. To read or to write a string of text. But I'm just curious about, are you saying if I put F open and then REPL text and then write, and output our prompt. And now I change, but f open above the while loop, or you put f open above the while loop, or you will open the file every time. Oh yeah. So you're saying to put it here. I don't have a while loop. Ah, in a never-ending loop. Ah, you're right. Haha. So I should put f puts f open REPL text, and we're gonna comma this, right? And now f puts hello world. F open returns a file reference that you can use. But then instead of it, and now I should call it file, and I should do file star file f open. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this. Should I just put f puts hello world? Hello world. Standard out is one of those files. Yes. So I should, instead of standard out, I do file, but then it will. Yeah, maybe I'm trying now too much file. I don't think this is. Yeah, no, right? Standard out. Yeah, maybe this is too big of a bite for me for now. But I do get your point. I should file my file. Try this. But what do I do with the f puts line? You mean I just do it here? Like here? No. Then you type my file. My file, REPL text. No. I don't think this is this correct? F open REPL text. You can't use as a variable name. Oh yeah. Yeah, good point. REPL text. Let's do my file. Maybe REPL text. Okay. Let's do my REPL. F open REPL text. REPL text. You mean like this? Will this work? Now you replace every standard out with my REPL. And put standard out. There's only one here. My REPL. Like this. Standard in, standard out. And if we save this, oh, it works. Hello. It just looks a bit different. No, you're hello. This is a prompt. This is a REPL. Hello. Okay. So now if I go out and I have a REPL.text, let's do cat REPL. It didn't save. Maybe I just wrote something. Wait, it didn't save. REPL C, REPL. You didn't close the file. What do you mean close the file? I did Control C. At the end of your program. Oh, yeah. I think I know what you mean. Where do I put that then? F file, my F open. I have to do F close. Do I do it before the return? Yes. Before the return f close. So f close and f open are system calls. Am I correct? Or my REPL? Yes, because they are accessing. So actually they're accessing the kernel. And then when programs want to open or close files, return 0 is the last thing. Yes, they request access to a file. F close my REPL. So now if we do this, okay, now it works. REPL. Hello, hello, you are here. Control C, cat REPL. Oh, can't REPL. I don't have completion. You can translate that printf to fprint2 to write a file. Also, but it didn't save. Look at this. Wait, I want a sudo xbps. What's the command? I think it's completion. It's already installed. I have to call it. Now your printf is not going to the file. Printf no you are input. Oh yeah, you're right. It's not going to the file. So I have to change that too. Try fprintf. I see. fprintf. And no, it doesn't work. File restrict by arguments of type char. Passing argument 1 of fprintf from incompatible pointer type in function main. First argument is file. So not here. Echo, no. F puts. Ah, you mean here, output our prompt. Fprint my REPL. Fprint my REPL. F open. You mean here, F open? No, here, file. Fprint my REPL. Inside the loop, there is a printf. Yeah, here. You mean this one? But I did add f and it didn't work. Change it to fprintf. But I did change it to fprintf, right? And it didn't work. But you need to give the file. Oh, but echo input back to the user. To the beginning. You need to give the file to the beginning. Yeah, I'm kind of fprint my REPL. No, you are. Fprint my REPL. Oh. I need to do that here. Like this. Wow. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this. Now it works. Hello, hello, how are you? Cat REPL text. No, it doesn't show it. It doesn't show it. It doesn't show it. Not sure. You need either N or flush sometimes. Yeah, you mean here in the fprintf, you need either /n or flush sometimes. Put N. After, yeah. REPL, hello, how are you? No, still does not show. Haha. F close my REPL. Input. Yeah, now I've changed it completely. Yeah. But still, it's a good idea to try it out. Maybe I'll check with ChatGPT. Is the double F open causing problems? Yeah, I'm not sure, but we're trying to print out in a text file. Is the double F open? What do you mean the double F open? I'm not sure what's actually, you have 2F open. Oh yeah, I have 2F open. 11 and 12 lines. Oh, why do I have 2F open? Can I just have like this? REPL, hello, how are you? No, it doesn't save it. What? Lol? LOL? File my REPL F open REPL.txt. Yeah. What's happening? Not sure. Fgets fprint. I'm gonna try something. How do you save the REPL into a... How do you save the REPL into a file? What you typed? What you typed? Because you're crashing the program with Control C. Ah, I see what you mean. That's why it does not save. F close my REPL. So it never saves it, I guess. It could be. Read a line of user input of maximums. F puts no. F close my REPL. Where did he write? Press Control C. Oh yeah, he didn't implement anything. So I guess that we would have to do something how to close the program. So it never saves. For now, let's do this. So echo input back to int x to while x instead of while true. Oh, why are you changing that? Int x is 2? Let's see also what. No, copy and paste. Copy and paste. Yeah. We can gradually end the program. So you're saying that in while 1, for now let's do this, int x is 2. While x is, instead of while true, we can gradually end the program. But what does 2 signify? We can gradually end the program. So we do int x. I'm going to reduce x to 0. Int x is 2. No, you mean like, wait, no. While x is greater than 0, yeah. While x is greater than 0, and I'm going to do int x. Alternatively, you can add an if condition in the loop too. For example, if you type q, in breaks from the loop. Oh, like he doesn't know it yet. He doesn't know if yet. No, I know if. I mean, I know of ifs and all. Yeah. Int x. Yeah, if this, then that, right? It's not too complicated, right? Int x. I'm trying to teach that, basically. Oh, that's cool. So int x is 2. Int x is 2. And while x is greater than 0. Ah, you're trying to teach me a while loop. No. Wait a second. After f print line, add x is x minus 1. After f print line. So int x2 while x is greater than 0. X, and now you are making me write some sort of incrementer or decrementer. So we're going to do x is x minus 1. So while x is greater than 0, x is 2. All right, so x is 2, and while x is greater than 0, so 2 is greater than 0. Okay, so we're going to decrement up to 0. So while 2 is greater than 0, that's true. Oh, that's true, then we output the prompt. But what's going to happen? So it will input thing twice and then leave out. Ah, right. I see. So we could maybe let's change to 5. Okay, it will input twice. I see what you did here. No changes need to be saved. So when we do REPL, hello world, and it goes out. That's nice. That's nice. I should do more loops because I still haven't wrapped my head around it. REPL. No, you are hello, know your world. Now it works. That's awesome. That's so nice. All right. While x is greater than 0, we do this whole thing. And then, and this is the condition. No, or I don't know how you call it. This is the condition, all right? Or some kind of a Boolean. No, this is the condition. While this is true. Previously, we're crashing the program before it's saved by Control-C, yes. Yeah, I guess because this will be an interpreter or like a REPL. I'm rating with a party of 8. Okay, not sure what that means. So because this is a REPL, because this is a REPL. Yeah, it makes no sense to do this. But I see your point. Now let's make it so it will exit when you type Q. All right. So now I'm going to delete this. While true, right? Wait, how do you go down in Emacs? I have to do the tutorial. Okay, so I will delete this while true. Now let's make it so after F. Isn't Lisp like one of the first languages? Yeah, it's one of the first Well, yeah, it's very old. So now let's make it so it will exit when you type q after f gets line, f gets, while true, f close my REPL. After f gets, why after f gets? After f gets, if input, why the brackets? That's interesting. Why the brackets? If input 0, and this is a equality sign to q. What's q? If input 0, you receive an input from user with f gets. True. So with this if line, you're able to exit safely. Q means q character. Oh, so if input 0, 0 means like the first. So what did you study, Dom? Classical guitar. I studied music. If input 0, yeah, it's the first character. So Q, and then we do X is 0. X is 0. Why the X now? Wait a second. Where do we get the X? Oh, X is 2. Oh, is the int X is 2. We are not actually keeping this int X now, right? You also need to add while X. I do have to add it. Okay, int X is 2. While true, while X greater than 0. Optionally, you can use a thing called break without needing X. Oh, that's break. Okay, I heard about that. Output our prompt. Where are you from? You got like a Portuguese look to you. Croatia, trick lady. Break automatically leaves the loop you are in. Yeah, automatically leaves the loop you're in. So this should work now, because I did delete some things. I'm not sure now. It does work. Hello world, and then I will press Q and it stopped. Type stuff until Q, but wait a second, I want to do hello world, hello, how are, so it's not stopping now after 2. Q. And if let's see our REPL text. Oh, no, you're a world, no, you're a hell. Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's sweet. Yeah, I will have to study this a bit. A bit. One thing you forgot to re-add is x minus 1. Yeah, that's why I could type so much. I think, right? He doesn't need, since we already added the Q thing. So why do I need this then? Why do I just don't have while true? Right? While true, blah blah, right? And then when I press Q, it stops. So like, what would happen if I don't have this? If you add while true, how can you change the true to false? I see what you mean. But it didn't make sense to have int x is 2. What did that 2 mean? Like, before it meant I'll write 2 words and the program will stop. Bool x is true while x, and then x is false. what you can do is bool x is true while x. Wait a second. Now this is something new. So I can introduce bools. I thought you said what you can do is bool x is true and while x. Oh, you mean this? So you're saying I could do bool x is true. We defined a number with int. We can define a boolean with bool. Oh, I see. But I cannot just do x is true. I have to... Yeah, what does it mean bool x is true? So what do you do for a job? You do any interesting concerts as a musician? Yeah, I do. I'm a concert guitarist. I also do concerts and I teach guitar. This is a hobby of mine with programming. So what do you do for a job? Bool is, I do solo. Bool is X's type. Yeah, so that's a type, right? Initialize with true, use a while loop to change true to false. Is this your first time coding? Yeah. Well, this is a hobby of mine since like more than 15 years, but I never really coded. I would just read about coding. I'm a strange geek. I would read about it and just, you know. So now this is the first time I'm really trying to go through certain projects. Wait, I just lost this thing. Include first time chat. You create a variable called x, which is a boolean and currently equals to true, but you can change any moment. Yeah, you can do bool x false while true. But then you said raider. What are these things called? Raiders. Bool while true, bool is x's type. Yeah, we define a number within, we can define boolean, and then x is false. So I guess, so you named it as, you put it, so you, okay. So bool x is true, so that way you can use the x if x is false. You mean this. This is what you mean. Now if we put while x instead of while true, and if we change x to false, it will exit, right? And here also while x. So bool x is true. While x, do this, and then x is false. As you see, you're constantly kind of, so you're changing the state of the x. The x is a variable that is a bool, and you defined it. You're binding it, or I don't know how you call it. You assign it a true value, but then you change it, right? The x. A raid is when another streamer sends all their viewers to your Twitch page. It's a very nice thing to do because you'll get a bunch of viewers extra that you can convince to also follow you. Why do you do that? Why do you send all the viewers? That's kind of nice. Yes, I thought because they use this raid, and that's kind of like, I thought it's maybe like a bad word, like you're trying to hack the entire thing. A raider. Send 8 viewers here, including me. It's kind of nice. Twitch really has this kind of a very different vibe. Before I would record stuff, raids are to build connections with other communities. I like this. YouTube is very much, you know, self. Did we get his financial info? Joking. All right. So let's save this. And let's gonna come. Oh, it's not working. Unknown type bool. Yes, because that's what. Where did we define bool? You said maybe we have to include it here. Do we have to include here so that, because I don't think it sees you forgot standard bool. Yes, because there is no bool. Standard bool H. Standard bool H. Yeah, now it works. And now we're inside of a REPL. Hello, my dear riders. So now if I press Q. Wait a second. Why were we doing this? Now I forgot. I just lost my... Why did we change this to bool? To make it more cleaner. If input 0qx false. There was a reason why we did this. And I forgot now. Bool x. So usually when that happens, you then the stream for giving you their honest and give them some small talk like thank you. What were you streaming on Twitch, and pretend to be interested in their project. Oh, I have to pretend to be interested in your project. In your project. Not sure what you mean. Then the streamer for giving you their audience, give them some small talk like thank you. Oh, tricky lady. Okay. Tricky lady. So what were you streaming? Before it was int and we were automatically decrementing. Yeah, what were you streaming? Before it was int and we were automatically decrementing. True. So you had limited amount of text you could type. I see. And now you have an infinite amount until you type Q. But what if you like increment it until... Oh yeah, it's not, I'm thinking like, you know, lazy list, right? And then you just increment it until you know, he's building a website for cryptocurrency. Oh, don't use them. No, right. Okay, good luck. Crypto. Yeah, I have no idea about crypto. In a never-ending loop, bool x is true, while x... Now you have infinite amount until you type Q. He's building a website for cryptocurrency. So are you streaming like how you're building a website, I guess? That's cool. So where is the website? Like how are you building it? Bool x is true, while x... Ah, I see. He's streaming him building it in code. Okay. So we have an infinite amount of words that we can... Well, not an infinite. I guess it will only... What if it... Or well, he was. So the infinite is basically... It's here, right? We have in this memory location. Oh, wow. Okay, wait, I will save this. I will actually... You can have 2048 per line. Not sure what that means. What do you mean 2048 per line? I thought this is like the total, but one would normally use break instead of assigning bool to a variable. Yeah, I guess this is more... Yeah, I think he was trying to like teach me. Yeah, because bool x true while x false. It's not total for files, it resets every time you write with fprintf. Oh, interesting. What's the time? Okay, okay, this has been amazing, really, Ross and Drake. I'll read a little bit of what comes next, and then I'll let this thing boil a bit in my head and check it out. So what is that text in light green? Let's see. Let's read now what this does. So it's not file only. I can bring back the printf2 if you want. So it's not file only. Oh, so that we bring back the standard out so that if I write Q, then it will quit instead of Control C. Like you can see stuff on screen. Not sure what you mean by that. And it's both shows and saves to file. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean. Fgets does not read. It's very simply. Yeah, I'm sure it's simple. It's very simple actually. Okay. Both shows and saves to a file. Yeah, I'm kind of not following. Open up the editor. All right. So input. Wait. Open up the editor. So on fputs a Lispy line. Yeah, the my REPL. Copy and paste it. So here, yeah, here we will do something like what? Yeah, because it's saving in a my REPL fopen REPL text, right? Copy and paste it. What do you mean copy and paste it? So you will have two fputs lines. So you mean that I copy? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean to like have this? No. Copy the line and paste it below. Yeah, I still don't know how to copy with Emacs. That's the thing. I just switched back to it, so I'll just retype it. But I don't put my REPL, right? Ah, I will put printf here or no? But the second version will be standard out. No, of course it will be like we had it before. Fputs Lispy and then standard out. But what will be the difference basically? Because I'm not sure what's the difference. Hello, 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 and Q. So your Lispy thing is back. You mean before it was not? Oh, you're right. I didn't have it. Now it's coming every time. Oh, that's sweet. And then it quit. So now if I check the REPL.txt, it will show me the Lispy. No, you're hello. No, you're hello. Okay. No, you're a Q. No, you're a Q. I guess the second thing, because you were previously only writing to a file. I guess now we could like, you can copy and paste that fprintf line with printf. Not sure what you mean by that. You can copy and, okay, I'm back. So you're now a master C. No, but we did some really cool stuff. Ross and Drake were here, and Ross like showed me how to look at stuff what we did. But I'm not a master, no. Okay, show the rest. Yeah. So I think Ross turned now into my chat GPT, but he's in the chat. Copy and paste again. But what do you mean copy and paste again? Ah, you mean the printf f line. So fprintf, the fprintf line, but now with print. instead of fprintf. Oh, printf my REPL. Do you mean the whole thing? Why? Wait a second. But printf doesn't need file name. So remove the my REPL part. Okay. Oh. What did I press? Delete. Oh, I've pressed that thing. No, I know this. How do you stop this thing? Ah. So remove the how do you stop this? Ends. Overwrite mode. Overwrite mode. Okay, no you are. No you are a like this. So printf doesn't need file name. So remove the myREPL part. One standard, one for file. One std, one for file. So rest will be the same with fprintf. So you mean to keep this also. No, you are hello. You are Q. Congrats, now you will list both displays and saves to a file. And we do cat REPL.text. And we do know you're hello, no you are, no you are, no Q. You know what would be nice though? That it doesn't save when we write Q. Oh, thank you for the coffee. It would be nice because when we write Q, it would be nice that it really quits without actually printing no you are a Q. You want to do that? Okay. Yeah, but I'm not sure how to. I know what I want, but I don't. You're my chat GPT today, you know. Can you guess why it happens? Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. If input Q, hey ho input, no you are input. Yeah, because my rep input. Well, it does happen because we have here the input, if input. Well, then it should be a different function, right? It shouldn't be named input. We should call it something else. Or not actually. Wait, we could call the function something else that would in the body would have the input. Or else, a else block. You can use a else block. But I thought the problem is because it's the problem. I mean, in C, ifs can have a else block. Yeah, if, and then at the end of type else. So you mean here, right? Do you do it in the next line? Wait, I could do it like here, right? No. Is this correct? Yeah. Else. But still it will, if input is Q, X false. No, wait a second. If input Q, now put those prints inside else. I just have to copy those f prints and prints f inside the else. So are you saying you're basically saying I could just delete this and I could do this else and then this. So it will only run if the input is not Q. Are you saying this? So if input is Q, false, else echo input back to the user. Yeah, now we've actually separated the logic. Separated the logic. So we do GCC and it does work. And we have a REPL. Hello Lisp. Do you know Haskell? And we do Q and cat REPL text. And it works. No, you're hello, no, Lisp. No, you are a do you know Haskell. Wonderful. We did it. Ah, that's cool. Echo input back. F print. If input Q X false. So I guess what Drake was saying, you could just put break here. What? If you just put break here. You can even put something like goodbye text after X false. You're right. So we could do X is false. 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 X false. If you put a break, then you don't need the else clause. Ah. Break simplifies things, but I don't recommend to beginners. In my professional career, I never used else other than switches. Yeah, if or else. I never use else other than switches. Yeah, switch is like a bunch of if then else, right? I use else, but never breaks. Rust, we have match statement. Yeah, these are nice. And in Haskell, we have what? Pattern matching. So this is correctly C program. All right. Let's just read. I will have, how much time do I have? I have a bit more time. Wait. Honestly though, why make it more complicated than it has to be? Oh. Well, I don't know. I think, okay, this is just the way I see it. Where he was doing is more. I think it was, the point is here to show me stuff, I guess, how it works. Some of the things we did, you know, I guess you could do it in like with the bool. Like this with a bool x true, while this, you know, like binding x with true, and then x is false. But it does have a point. I think this is very good for someone who just starts to kind of, you know, mentally, I guess, go through these things. Break is an early exit, and due to that he may learn exiting without freeing memory or causing unexpected mutations on variables. Yeah. Without freeing memory. That makes sense. I mean, I see what you're getting at. I see what you're getting at. Yeah, break. So I don't recommend that until he learns what any of those means. Good point. To echo the message, let's see, but this is now completely different than this. Look at this. We just began with this thing. So let's see a little bit how it What does it do to echo the message? This is a function that provides a way of printing. How am I meant to know about functions like fgets and printf? So it isn't immediately obvious how to know about these standard functions and when to use them when faced with a problem. It takes experience. Luckily, C has a very small standard library and almost all of it can be learned in practice. If you want to do something that seems quite basic or fundamental, it is worth looking at a reference documentation for the standard library and checking if there are any functions included that do what you want. On Linux, you can type man command to learn C libraries. Oh, you can? Oh, that's kind of cool. Man, will it work with, what's the name of that program? This is really cool. Wait, sudo xbps install s. Is it tilde? Is it tilde? It's tilde, yes. TLDR, yes, TLDR printf. Printf. Patch cache, yeah, TLDR update. TLDR is nice, like it makes a nice, wait, I'll see what's the difference. TLDR, printf. Okay. Format and print text. Oh, this is nice. Printf, print an integer. Floating. Printed text or formatted does not work on this. Okay, a hexadecimal. Let's see, man, printf, man. This is prettier like this, actually. Also, TLDR is not really the best for this. Format and print data. Oh, this is nice. Totally forgot that you have this inside man pages. February. Okay, man f open. F open. No entry for f open. Did you know that? Not found in cache. All right. There is on my PC. Maybe I have to install something. Maybe I have to install. There is on my PC. Okay. Luckily, okay, reference documentation. What's this reference documentation? C reference. Basic concepts. Okay, these are just basic concepts. Function struct, union, enumeration. All right. Compilation. Man standard input, output. Man standard input, standard IO. No entry for standard IO. You can compile this with the same command that was used in the second chapter. Prompt. Okay, we did. After compiling this, you should try to run it. You can use Control-C to quit the program. When you're done and everything is correct, your program should run something like this. Lisp, stop being so rude. No, you're stop. No, you're stop being so rude. Oh, Lisp. But our program is kind of different, I think. What does it do? Wait a second. Lispy. Hello. No, you are a hello, but we have a new line. Yeah, we actually don't need the new line. Yeah. All right. No, my name is Dan. Stop being so rude. No, okay. Editing input. If you're working on Linux or Mac, you'll notice you can remove the new line from regular printf. Printf. This is the, yeah. I guess if we just remove this. No, we'll keep it in the file, right? That's what just I saw, like we can keep it in the file, but yeah. Don't remove from that. Yeah. I just had the same thought. It's reversed. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So that means let's GCC. Can I look? I don't have to use C99, right? Can I do like 2x? And it will be the same, right? He's using C99. Should I use the same? Let's do REPL. You don't have to use STD. Yeah, I don't even have to use STD. Oh, but why is he putting that? Hello. I still have a new line. It will default to the most recent. Oh, I still have a new line though. Wait, why do I have a new line? Input printf new UR. No, but wait a second, but I do have, because you did it wrong. You're right, because he's printing fprint my REPL. No, I should do it here. Printf console fprint file. Printf console fprintf file. That could be a nice t-shirt. No. Okay. Right. What did it? Come on. GCC was this. You know also what I want to do, Ross, you will probably know because you're getting it. I want to have a make file. I want, because I'm constantly typing this. I think I want to have a make file where I will define how I compile this, and then I don't have to type so much, right? But yeah, maybe that's too soon. REPL. And now hello, how are you? And then Q. And we do cat REPL.text. But we have a, why do we have a new line in the REPL.text? Wait a second, am I inside? What happened? Oh. Let's keep make files until you need another C file. Okay, yeah, I was just trying to, so that I don't have to type the GCC. Let's keep make files until you need another C file, right? But why do I have a new line here still? I have a new line here. Wait, no, you are Lispy. But I've print my REPL nor new line input. I've closed. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. But the REPL was, do you have fputs anywhere? Yeah, I have here fputs. Ah, is it because of the fputs? Could be. Places new line by default. Standard out. But it does place, maybe now it will be too, okay. Yeah, look, okay. All right. We can change it to fprint f2. You mean the fputs? We can change the fputs. This one, the my REPL, we can change it to fprint f2. Output our prompt. Change the first one. fprintf. Lispy my REPL. That's the one that goes into the file. Yeah, that's the one that goes into the file. My REPL. So no. Passing argument 1 of fprintf from incompatible pointer type. Oh, because is that the reason why you change? Why did you put my REPL first? Fprintf first argument is file. I see, it does have to on fputs is second. Oh, is that by a rule? Like, is that a rule? Like this? I see. Oh, GCC, okay, REPL. Hello, how are you? Q. And now we do REPL.text. Know your hello, know your how are you. It still outputs. You see, but the thing is, I have a new line. I have one extra line. C respects order of arguments. But I still have a new line here. And it would be nice if it would, when it finishes here that it goes into a new line. I think it's because you're pressing enter and it's also printing to a file. Like this, maybe. Yeah. So you don't need n on anywhere. Are you saying that to delete n? Let's try without n. Ah, you mean this n? This is the only \n I have. Voila! That's so nice. It's because the first printf is before the if. It's because the first printf is before the if. The first fprintf. Oh, no, not because of that. Never mind, thought you were talking about something else. His input is also recording the enter key. Oh, are you saying the input is recording the enter key and I see. So it's a free /n. So I see. So we would have to actually define that too then. Okay. It's a free \n. You're right, because when I'm in the REPL, I'm constantly pressing the enter key. I'm not like typing until the end of line. So I always press the enter. So editing input. If you're working on Linux or Mac, you'll notice some weird behavior when you use arrow keys. Really? Let's see. Oh, yes. Okay. So using the arrow keys is creating these weird characters rather than moving the cursor around in the input. Yeah. So what we really want is to be able to move around on the line, deleting and editing the input in case we make a mistake. You're actually printing the ASCII representation of arrow key. Yes, because it does make sense. It really does make sense. It really does make sense because the computer does not know that maybe I want to print that it does not know that I want to move. It kind of sees the key just as it sees any key. So it prints the representation of that key. It does not do the, function that the key does. The key will move around. So I guess we would have to implement that. Gotta go, see you later. Bye bye. Yeah, it's kind of, this is cool. On Windows, this behavior is the default. On Linux and Mac, it's provided by a library called editline. On Linux and Mac, we need to replace our calls to fputs and fgets with calls to functions this library provides. If you're developing on Windows and you just want to get going, feel free to skip to end this chapter, as the next few sections may not be relevant. Just a moment. So I have 11 to 20. Okay. I will have to stop now. So I'll have to stop now. This has been really nice and really long. So I will also, so bye to all. And thanks a lot. Thanks for all the help. Right? Thanks for all the help. This is very nice. Okay. All right. Bye bye, guys. And see you.